Are you ready to see true darkness?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the creepiest, most tragic, and most disturbing scenes in the autumnal cult classic Over the Garden Wall.
If only something would go right for a change.
Number 10, the Highwayman song. On a dark and rainy night, Wart, Greg, and Beatrice find a secluded tavern, but before they enter, they see someone watching them from the window.
Why don't you guys go ask for directions and I'll just wait out? No, wait, I don't want to be out here by myself.
Already weary and on edge, they're met with chatty, slightly off patrons in an atmosphere that can only be described as unsettling. The aforementioned window watcher, aka the Highwayman, forcefully steals the show when he sings this jazzy but mournful tune, vaguely describing his penchant for theft and perhaps murder.
Just like any man, I work with my hands. If you cross my path, I'll knock you out.
We're captivated by his fluid movements, reminiscent of Cab Calloway's rotoscope dancing in Minnie the Moocher. The whole performance is instantly eerie, and honestly, it's a perfect villain song.
I'm that highwayman, when I'm making.
Number 9, meeting the pumpkin people of Pottsfield. Like everyone Wart, Greg, and Beatrice meet on their journey, the residents of Pottsfield are strange with a capital S. The trio stumbles upon their harvest celebration, and Wart assumes it's a cult of people donning pumpkins.
They seem nice enough.
Okay, you're in denial, that's fine. But I'm just saying, something feels off about this place.
Their towering leader doles out a lenient punishment to the trespassers, which at first seems to be literally digging their own graves. Needless to say, they're pretty freaked out when they unearth two skeletons who start dancing with their fellow deceased comrades.
Welcome back,
He
Larry.
looks exactly the same.
What in the...
That's right, underneath their gaudy costumes, everyone is a skeleton. Despite the morbid setup, the Pottsfielders are a laid-back community all about farming and partying in the afterlife. What the pumpkin girl said to Wart makes a lot more sense now.
Say, aren't you a little too early?
What do you mean?
I mean, it doesn't seem like you're ready to join us just yet.
Number 8, Adelaide and the Bluebird Curse.
To Adelaide, Adelaide. Come on and join the Adelaide parade.
Beatrice promises to take her new acquaintances to see Adelaide of the pasture, the good woman of the woods, who can supposedly help them get back home. But after growing fond of the boys, Beatrice tries to call off the deal she made with Adelaide, two young servants in exchange for undoing the curse on her and her family.
Beatrice, what? But I thought we were friends.
The witch possesses the bird-shaped scissors needed to cut off their wings, a horrific method to return the bluebirds to their human forms. The finale shows that the family's humanity has been restored, which is good, but we can't help but think of them going through the cruel process. At least they're able to joke about it.
What are you gonna do about it? Turn us into bluebirds again?
Mom.
Number 7, Auntie Whispers' House of Doom. When Wart and Greg meet a young woman named Lorna, they find out she's essentially a prisoner of Auntie Whispers, a hideous witch who eats turtles and immediately gives off villain vibes.
You shall sort the bones of those who have been eaten here before.
I have finished already.
Then clean this floor until it shines. The ringing of the bell commands you.
Yes, Auntie Whispers.
The brothers and the audience are led to believe Auntie Whispers is just another wicked stepmother, with a mind-controlling bell. However, it turns out that she's trying to keep Lorna occupied to stave off the evil spirit that possesses her, and its need to devour humans.
No bones to sort. No! I told you boys to stay away from her, but now you've gone and made her wicked again.
Lorna's sudden transformation into a ravenous demon is truly frightening. Thankfully, Wart casts out the spirit. The ending where Auntie Whispers gets emotional sort of implies that she let Lorna stay possessed so that she wouldn't leave. Now that's dark.
Now that you're cured, you won't be needing old Auntie Whispers anymore to look after you.
Number 6, Greg saves Wart from the beast. By episode 8, Wart is done. He's convinced they'll never get home and just gives up, dismissively passing the role of leader on to Greg.
But if I'm the leader, what are you gonna be?
I'll be asleep.
Wow. Well, then I better take a nap too. I need to dream up a good way of leading us home.
The latter takes his new responsibilities seriously and thinks about a plan while his brother sleeps. He dreams that he saves a place called Cloud City and is granted a wish by their queen, using it to take Wart's place as the beast's next victim.
I'm sorry I got us lost, Wart. Will you take care of Ronald for me? Okay, I have to go now. Goodbye, Wart.
We watch as Greg willingly goes off with the beast, believing he's saving his brother and will get them home in the end. The endlessly optimistic boy doesn't seem to realize the danger he's in, and we're left with a sinking sense of dread.
Greg! Where did he go? No. Greg!
Number 5, The Soul in the Lantern.
Well, welcome to the unknown, boys. You're more lost than you realize.
From the first moment we meet the woodsman, he's carrying the dark lantern. He believes it holds his daughter's soul, and it's crucial that it remains lit to keep her soul alive. But this turns out to be a lie from the beast who manipulated the woodsman into being the lantern bearer. This isn't discovered until Wart is given the same choice, and he quickly realizes that the beast must be so adamant about keeping the lantern lit for selfish purposes.
It's almost like your soul is in this lantern.
The truth is a crushing blow to the distressed father who's been working hard to protect the lantern for years. After he extinguishes the beast, the woodsman returns home and reunites with his daughter. He was the one lost in the woods all that time.
As autumn colors fall.
Number 4, Wart and Greg almost drown. The penultimate episode of Over the Garden Wall takes us back to the events preceding Wart and Greg's arrival into the unknown.
What's going on here?
Huh?
Is this some kind of witches gathering? You're all under arrest. Hey, I was just kidding.
While fleeing from the police for being out in the cemetery, the brothers narrowly avoid being hit by an oncoming train, fall down a steep hill, and land in a lake. In the finale, Wart comes to in the water and pulls out Greg and their frog, and they're taken to the hospital.
3 is the wind in the leaves. 4 are the stars. 5 with the moon.
Wart, you okay?
The fate of children is always a grim subject, and seeing the brothers almost drown suggests they were unconscious underwater and at great risk of dying the entire time. This supports the theories that the unknown is actually the place in limbo between life and the afterlife.
Where long-forgotten stories are revealed to those who travel through the wood.
Number 3, The Truth About Adlewood Trees.
Woodsman, I knew you would come. I have something for you.
As we've discussed, the beast lied to the woodsman because he needed someone to guard his life force. But that's not the only thing he lied about. The beast seeks out lost children who work themselves to exhaustion trying to find their way home, and turns them into Adlewood trees.
I didn't know this is where the Adlewood trees came from.
And would it have mattered?
The woodsman would cut down said Adlewood trees to then create the black oil needed to fuel the lantern. When he finds out that the many trees he's dispatched over the years are young souls, he's horrified and visibly distraught, as anyone would be.
I suppose after all these years, you just don't care for her anymore.
Hold your tongue or I'll remove it from your mouth. Do not speak of my daughter. She would not wish this.
Number 2, Greg's tree transformation. After reconnecting with Beatrice, Wart finally finds Greg, but what he sees is his sickly brother mid-transformation into an Adlewood tree.
Oh, geez, the leaves are even growing inside of him.
No, I was just eating leaves.
We saw Greg earlier when the beast tried to get the woodsman to use him for oil, but watching Wart realize the very real possibility that his little brother could die, and Greg seemingly accepting this fate, is a heart-wrenching moment.
I'm a stealer, and that's a raw fact.
What? No, Greg, that doesn't matter.
It does matter. You have to return it for me, okay?
No, you can give it to her yourself.
Wart admits that everything he tried to blame on his little brother was actually his fault, and finally accepts responsibility for his actions. Wart's crying, we're crying, and it doesn't help that a melancholic rendition of Potatoes and Molasses plays during the scene.
Your brother is too weak to go home. He will soon become part of my forest.
I won't let that happen.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. The Struggling Schoolhouse. Miss Langtry's heartache and her father's financial woes add a touch of sadness to an otherwise lighthearted episode.
My life savings, my home, everything I had went into that dear, dear school. And now I'm forced to sell these instruments just to keep it open.
Beast dog attack. The temporarily feral canine turned out to be Beatrice's poor pup under the influence of evil.
Hey, Wart, look!
Greg?
Wart! He spit up that turtle and now he's my new best friend!
The lonely tea baron. Quincy Endicott is really going through it. He also alludes to acquiring his wealth through questionable methods.
Money takes my mind off my troubles, the deep, soul-crushing loneliness. Yes, the more money I make, the bigger my mansion gets, the more lost I feel.
Adelaide's death. A melting witch isn't anything new, but seeing it happen so suddenly was unexpected and quite disturbing.
The night air is poisonous.
Breathe it in, lady. Word, Greg, let's go.
The deadly air.
Whoa, geez, she wasn't kidding.
It's French.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Beast Reveal. For 10 episodes, the Beast can be heard taunting the woodsman and trying to lure in Wart and Greg.
There has to be another way.
No, there is only me. There is only my way. There is only the forest, and there is only surrender.
All we can see of him is a looming silhouette with branch-like antlers and glowing eyes. That image is scary enough, but what he actually looks like is next-level nightmare fuel.
You have figured it out, and I thought you might give up.
Before the woodsman blows out the lantern flame, there's a blink-and-you'll-miss-it spotlight reveal of the beast's full form. The trypophobia-triggering tree body is made up of anguish-faced Adwood trees who we just learned were once children. While he was effectively terrifying enveloped in darkness, the beast is shockingly grotesque in the light.
Fear the beast and leave these woods if you can.
Which of these moments made you shudder? Let us know in the comments below.
And what about you? You sure you want to leave?
Me? Yes.
Oh, well, you'll join us someday.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.